Two, one. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to episode 257 of the KBMOD podcast. It is November 20th, 2016, and we're almost to Thanksgiving. And we've got, I am on a ghetto setup because all my audio shit broke.
Stop fucking saying that. Jesus.
Nick is really sensitive about ghetto, the word ghetto right now.
You're still doing it.
It's cultural appropriation.
God.
I think.
Okay, I am on a setup that I am not used to because all my audio stuff broke. So if I sound different, that is why. But I'm on the busty. I almost said busty. I am on the very busty blue snowball mic. Wow. I mean, it kind of is busty.
Like a singular bust.
A singular bust.
You know what I'm talking about? One
I'm
bust.
pretty busty, I think.
Yeah, that is true. You have a nice bust. But
I
this
bust
is
when I see busts.
You see nice vases.
Oh my god. As you can tell, we've got Nick Fenton on the cast, and of course we have Hardballer.
Hi.
How are you doing, Daniel?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm alright.
What's
Can't
been
complain.
What's been going on with you?
Factorio, really. Just taking over my life.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You want to say that for people that don't speak fucking nerd, what that is?
It's a factory building video game.
That sounds fucking terrible.
I've seen your screenshots on Twitter, I'm not going to lie, and I guess I'd have to play it to understand, because it doesn't really translate.
It's overly complicated but easy to learn. So it's like you have to the main goal of the game is to build a rocket and launch it, and then the game finishes. I finished it recently. It took me 47 hours.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And yeah, you have to do certain things have to be because it takes too long to craft things. So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, all right. Well, that's cool. So you've been playing that. Nick Fenton, what have you? Nick Fenton's playing Titanfall, right? Titanfall 2 right now as we speak.
I am playing Titanfall.
Wow.
How many hours? How many hours do you have into that game?
Not that many. Probably I don't know. I'm level 15 in the multiplayer, which is not very high, and I played the campaign, which was 5 hours, maybe 10 hours. I don't know, somewhere there.
I heard it.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah.
I like it. I enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy it while it lasts. Hopefully, it lasts pretty long though. Once the DLC comes out, because there's no season pass. They're doing the free DLC thing.
Yes, I have to. Anyway, I played it. I played one match and it ran really well, but I gotta try to play more. It was fun though.
Wait, you have it and you haven't played it?
I have it. I just
You're a
have
piece
it.
of shit.
Yeah,
Battlefield, man.
Battlefield 1, man. Battlefield 1.
That game fucking sucks, dude. Doesn't even have jetpacks.
It's true. It doesn't have jetpacks.
The question is, what game will last longer with a multiplayer?
Between
Battlefield.
Battlefield
and
and
Titanfall, yeah.
Battlefield, no question.
Mm-hmm.
But Brandon is on vacation he's in Iceland, right? No, where is he?
Yeah, he's in
I think he's in
sounds
Iceland.
right.
Yeah, okay. For some reason, I was like, I don't remember if that's exactly where it was. I've been seeing his tweets though, so he is not here. But Brad, you're here. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man.
Yeah.
Doing all right.
Yeah.
Hi, Brad.
I do. But yeah, nothing new or exciting. Just no, nothing at all. I can't even think of a single thing.
Literally, no, nothing at all.
That sentence was slow
dude.
motion.
I
That was
just-
240 frames a second, stretched out.
You're my poetry. Really.
That was beautiful.
Yeah,
I
nothing
appreciate.
at all.
I appreciate you not trying to fake something though. You just.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
go.
bullshit you guys. My life is pretty boring right now. So.
Yep. Fair enough. Fair enough. Hardballer, anything besides? Well, I guess I asked you, and I mean, you went right to what you've been playing, which is a factory building simulator. So,
Yeah.
but nothing. Nothing in
You
life.
pay your work.
I did see a movie recently,
What did you see?
which I saw the new Harry Potter spinoff.
What'd you
Oh, I
think?
watched that yesterday. I guess that is something I did.
There you go, Brad.
I very much enjoyed it.
Mhm.
No spoilers, but yeah, it's really good. You haven't seen it, you should go see it.
Brad, thoughts?
I was less interested in the movie. I was more interested in the theater. Yesterday, I took Katie to go watch it, and this was the first time I've been in a theater with like reclining chairs and all that, so that was
Oh, I
pretty
love
nutty.
those.
Only way to go to the theater anymore.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it was It was just a few bucks more than a normal ticket, so I was like, fuck it, this is the way I'm watching movies from now on, because it's so like I hate the theater style or stadium style seats where you're like I'm a big guy, so like every time I'm in one of those stadium style seats, I'm always like, you know, I'm taking up both armrests, or the person
You're
next to
propped
me
up
is
too,
just
like
yeah,
uncomfortably.
yeah,
Yeah.
the seats are horrible. You know, it's awfully warm, but man, the recliner setup, dude, that's the only way to go anymore. I think I didn't have to move at all, just fucking vegged out, watched Harry Potter or whatever.
That's
Okay.
cool. Yeah, I haven't. I'm trying to think. The theater near us has something similar. It's not quite as nice, but they have a lot of theaters that have the reclining seats and stuff. And I feel like movie theaters in general in most places are stepping it up over the
Hmm.
past like
Yeah.
5 years.
Well,
The last
they
5
kind of
years.
have to. They kind of
Yeah.
have to
You
bring
have
people
to.
into the
Yeah.
theaters.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, with home streaming, no one's leaving their house anymore to you do that stuff. So
Mm. Good point. Good point. I mean, yeah, who's leaving their house ever, to be honest? But
not me. Fuck that.
I feel you on that.
Fucking dangerous world out there.
All right, so oh, and Katie Zen was did his 24-hour stream this weekend. So he's, I'm assuming, sleeping at this point by now, unless he's still going. I don't think he's going
No, I don't think he is
anymore.
either.
But yeah, he was doing his extra life stream, so that's where he is. Um, but yeah, so what, Brad? What have you been playing lately? If you've been playing anything.
I've been playing one and only Battlefield. Um, that's about it. That's my go-to every day. Yeah, my Steam has no hours on anything else. I literally have just been playing Battlefield. It's so good. The update, I've been liking the update, which I think we were going to talk about a little bit, but yeah, just Battlefield. I don't know. What about you?
And yeah, Battlefield. Lots of Battlefield this week, though. What else did I play? Roller Coaster, Roller Coaster Tycoon. I keep fucking doing this. Planet Coaster came out.
That looks good.
And it's fucking incredible. So if don't buy the new, just public service announcement. Don't buy the new Roller Coaster Tycoon. Buy Planet Coaster. But yeah, it was cool. I attempted to build Trump World, and build a coaster that but building a coaster people would go on is a little harder than it looks when you. I don't know. I made it like the highest you could make it, and there's a lot of G-forces involved, and I couldn't get anyone to ultimately ride it. So, but yeah, Planet Coaster was pretty neat. There's just so much that you can do with that game, and there's already a lot of really cool creations that people have made, because you can get pretty fucking detailed. And there's like the community workshop and stuff. So people like this dude made like a Death Star coaster. I don't know if there was a PC Gamer article about it, but on the outside it looks like the Death Star, and inside it's like a fully working coaster. It's really cool.
Wow.
So yeah, played that.
Now,
Yeah.
with that game, is it like? Because I'm terrible. I like what's it? The city building game that came out recently.
Skylines.
City Skylines. Like I'm terrible at that game. Now is that kind of the same type of deal? Like, do you have to like? Are you just fucked with money wise like constantly? If your park's not doing good,
It depends.
You can't play the game.
No, it just depends on what you want to do. If you just go to like, I was just in like the sandbox mode. So ultimately, if you just want to fuck around and test stuff out, you can just do the sandbox, and sure, it'll keep track of like all your finances and stuff. But then there's like scenario mode where you can go in and you have to. The whole goal is for your park to earn money, so you can fail that way if you're not. It just depends on how you want to play it, but just for a sandbox, it's really like it's really impressive. And so no, I think I mean, unless do you go in and you're just like, give me a challenge game, and then you get mad when you don't meet it? Because if you just want something to fuck around with, it's fun to.
Yeah, it's
fun
like
to build
something I
stuff.
wanted to fuck around with. Like I like that.
Yeah, it was really cool. And then Battlefield 1 as well. Brad and played the patch a bunch, and thought it was pretty good overall. They fixed some things and they broke other things. Like I guess we're gonna talk about this later. I won't spoil this now because this is actually fuck it. We won't talk about it. We'll talk about it now, and I'll delete it from the doc. But so they made attack. So they changed as far as attack. Like if you play people that play Operations in Battlefield, we know what I'm talking about. But Operations is the new game mode in Battlefield that for me really is kind of like the only thing that I've played in all my 100 plus hours. But it's a really good mode. But they buffed attacking forces by 50 tickets in the 40-person mode and 100 tickets in the 64 player mode. And it's a little crazy because for the most part, if I always am playing with a party, so the game usually puts us on attack, and we never usually had problems winning because we were pretty coordinated in a group. So it's like to give us 50 more tickets or 100 more tickets is like a little insane. So we've been finding the games to be even a bit easier than they have in the past. But there were a lot of good changes. They changed some of the shotgun behavior, like the shotgun that people complain about, the Hunter shotgun. It's still fucking really good, but they kind of made it a little less. They made the damage a little more consistent across the board. I'm trying to think of a lot. I mean, they changed quite a few things. They changed one of the conquest maps that people were complaining about and added 2 more points to it. But then they like broke shit. Like, so there's a quit button now in the game that shows up everywhere all the time. That was one of the things where like if you would be at the end of the game, a quit button wouldn't show up. So or it would show up sometimes and other times it wouldn't, and then you would click on it, it wouldn't do anything. Well, this time, from what I can see, when you click on the quit button, it just brings up an overlay, and then it just times out until the lobby's over, and it doesn't do anything at all. It seems totally cosmetic. I don't know if you've had that, Brad, but almost everybody I play with has the same problem with that. Have you seen that at all?
No, I haven't. No, none of that. I was gonna say though, on the tickets though, with you and your group, like I usually squad up with only like 3 other people, and like I don't know what they changed or they did with the balancing, but it's actually been really harder for us to do well. But the challenge is actually a lot more fun for us, and the tickets allow us to kind of grind through it, and I think so for then it's actually made
I think it's a good change for if you're
yeah.
playing smaller groups. Like, they're not patching for people that have 10 or 16 people in a party.
Yeah, that's unusual, right?
So,
and almost no one's playing at that size, but yeah.
And I think overall, from what people have said, even though usually it's just pure rage in the chat as we absolutely annihilate them, most people have said that the ticket system, if they're playing by themselves or with a few other people, seems to be like a good improvement. So
no, it's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good. I'm excited. Like I'm ready for them to. I'm excited for them to put out a new operation. Like, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, a new map and stuff's gonna be sweet. The one big change I did like was that if you request squad orders, you're put in a squad and you request squad orders, and the squad leader doesn't do anything. It just reassigns the squad leader position to someone else. I think that's awesome.
Exactly.
I wish they would do that to some I wish they do that to a lot of games.
Yeah,
that'd be really good.
Yeah,
that would make I don't know if you guys played it. It had a free. It was like free like I think 2 weekends ago. It was Squad itself.
Oh right.
I wish I was playing that recently, and just it's even though it's a casual game, it's still super serious at the same time. Like, you have to work together, and sometimes you get like people who are not good squad leaders.
Yeah.
And when you don't have a good squad leader, and that game only has one spawn point, but the squad leader has to drop other spawn points along the way, it's just it's a nightmare. So I wish more games would do that, like rotate out people who aren't actually playing the role as it should be.
Yeah, it was definitely a good change, because that shit would get annoying if the person's not paying any attention or doesn't even know the mechanics or something of the game. And I'm trying to think, there was a few other things, like sometimes the party system breaks, and I don't know if it's just balance issues, but like we'd play a map and destroy somebody, and then it would split all of us up on the other teams, and then we're like, all right, well, I guess we'll just play each other. But that's kind of
that's the one thing I have noticed is this patch has been separating us when we have like a squad or something like that, and we only have like 4 people usually, so that has been kind of annoying.
Yeah, definitely. But it's still good. I mean, I still really enjoy playing it. I even occasionally play it off stream, and like I don't really game off stream generally, so I don't know. I think it's really, really solid. I said before that I was anticipating it, but it definitely turned out better than I thought it would be. It definitely still has issues. It's not perfect, but I think with DICE behind it, they'll really dial it in.
The one thing I'm waiting on for BF1 is which I liked in BF4 and Battlefront both had it, were squadron modes, where it was just aerial combat, because I like flying games, so I would love just maybe if you're in a team, you can get into like you and your team can jump into like one of the big bombers or something like that. That'd be pretty sweet, I think, for they add that game mode.
Yeah. Yeah, they added some game modes. They added the Fog of War game mode, which is like hardcore, where there's no radar and stuff. And I know people have been liking that. Also, Yingity pointed out in chat the AA gun nerf is actually big because he flies a lot. So the AA guns were really powerful and could just shred planes. So now it's a little bit easier to stay in the air and do stuff. So yeah, I mean the patch is literally. So I woke up the day of the patch and was just like, oh, is it out yet? And saw on Twitter that they had tweeted the notes, and I read it was like 4 pages. I mean, it was 2 or 3 gigs or something. It was huge.
It was huge.
Yeah. So, and that's just refreshing after playing a game like Counter-Strike where there's, there can be a patch every week, and who knows what you're gonna get. It might be a small change, it might be a big change.
Shit game
on things that didn't need to be changed,
or things that didn't need to be changed exactly. And they're just like, oh, we're gonna do this now. You're like, okay, cool.
God, I haven't seen CS. I haven't heard anything about that in like the longest time. You're still playing, right, Scott? Not as much, but
not near as much. Mostly more Battlefield, but yeah, once in a while I'll pop in.
It's like my whole thing is like CS. I'm not gonna shit on it. It's a great competitive shooter, but it's like there's so many more games that you could be playing right now. Like it's a pretty good time to be playing games.
There's a lot of
just to be stuck down with one game. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, Nick talked about Titanfall 2, but that game, like, we're going to talk about that a bit, I think, or actually, I don't know if I put the article in, but like, there was a lot of people questioning the wisdom of, EA releasing Titanfall 2 at the same time as, like, obviously Battlefield 1, and then you had Call of Duty, and I think they're just
shooters over time.
I think their theory was just like, well, let's make sure we really fucking pound COD into the ground with 2 good shooters, at least if you're EA, which I think makes sense, but I don't know how well Titanfall is sold. I know critically it's doing really well, but I don't know about.
I don't think the sales are doing that great because, again, as you said, it's like it was in that middle of them 2 giant titles.
Yeah.
And then you see a game that last year. I'm sorry, but I know a lot of people did like Titanfall 1, but it was a failure of a game, like market wise.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of people bought the game, but they had a bad taste in their mouth coming from going to Titanfall 2. So you see Battlefield, which sometimes lets people down, but not much. Call of Duty, which is just a Titan in itself, and then you plop Titanfall 2 in the middle of them two.
I see what you did. You just called Call of Duty a Titan in and of itself. Wow, Hardballer. That was nuts. No, I agree, but I mean, I guess I'm also thinking though, like Titanfall 2, because it turned out to be a really solid game, at least like most people are saying. It's like, what if they had waited for one of those lulls, right? A little bit. I mean, I know we're getting towards the end of the year, so there aren't as many slow times because people are trying to get their games out. But like, if there was nothing, and then you're like, oh, Titanfall 2's out and it's getting good reviews, I don't know. I feel like more people probably would have bought it. It's just, I mean, that's one of the reasons I got a key for it, so like that's why I have it installed. But I wasn't gonna buy it. There was just like, well, Battlefield's so good. I know they're totally different games and stuff like that, but that still is a factor for a lot of people.
Well, you got to think of it like I kind of feel bad for Titanfall 2 because obviously, as Nick always says, it's a great shooter, and there was no time.
Always said.
You've always said that.
No, I'm saying you argue the fact that Titanfall is a great game, that Titanfall 2 is a good game, and then people should stop shitting on it or whatever. And I'm on the other end of the spectrum where it's like I have all these other multiplayer. Like I have Overwatch, I have Battlefield 1. I don't have Call of Duty because I'm not an idiot.
Wow.
But it was such a bad year, or it's a great year for shooters, but a bad year for a shooter to come out trying to redeem itself. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like we have Overwatch the entire summer that led up to Battlefield 1, which Titanfall 2, I think Titanfall 2 came up before Call of Duty, and then landed into Call of Duty. So these all games, everyone knows what they're going to get from that, but no one knew what they were going to get from Titanfall 2 because they played Titanfall 1. So they screwed the pooch.
I mean, I don't really disagree with that logic in that you're right, because there's so many strong shooters out. It's a tough time. And you're right. In a way, they did kind of have to redeem themselves with Titanfall 2 in a lot of people's minds, even though the first game wasn't terrible, but it was more like what was promised or the way it was marketed and stuff, and then there was no single player and all that. I think people were upset. Or no real single player, I guess, in the first game.
Apparently, the single player for that is really good, even though it's short. Apparently, it's really.
Nick said he had fun with it. What, 5 hours? It took to get through. Good talk. Okay.
Good job, Nick. Nice job.
But yeah. All right, we're gonna move on. So we're gonna jump into some news, which we've kind of already been talking about a bit, but we'll nix the Battlefield 1 update because we talked about that a bunch. But the first thing I want to talk about, and no podcast would be complete without this headline: Ubisoft will remove vagina from Watch Dogs 2. So there you go. And this was this whole story is kind of funny because the person who basically this dude got a copy of the game early from Amazon, which was an accident. And he was playing through the game, and let me describe what happened and how this vagina appeared. And by the way, his name is Goron2000. Okay. Goron says that on Sunday evening, I accidentally, he says, blew up a few women in a back alley with a gas pipe. That's probably my favorite part of this whole article is that he's claiming that he accidentally blew up some women with a gas pipe.
Oh, it is. Oh, I see the picture. It is very detailed.
Yes. And then I saw it. Someone at Ubisoft had rendered a full vagina on one, or maybe more, of the females in the game. And, yeah, again, we can put it into the chats for the article. But no, it's very,
It is vivid.
It's detailed.
Good
And
hair.
so what he thought it was funny, or he thought it was like really, I mean, I don't know if I could blame him for posting it. I mean, the fact that he had the game early and posted it probably was an issue, but he said he took a picture of the funny oversight with the in-game camera and shared it on Twitter for my friends to see, and then basically his account got banned. I think they suspended it for about a week. And the reason that they said this, let's see. Yeah, temporary suspended.
NDAs are a thing. Still.
Yeah, he just got a week suspension, but it kind of raises the question is like he posted content from an M-rated game that he bought.
I think it's banned for it.
But then he got banned for it, right? And so they don't really exactly say why he got banned, because they say we ask all our players to act decently, respectfully, and with consideration for us and others, blah, blah, blah. So it didn't like explicitly say that he got banned because he shared the vagina or whatever. Shared the vagina on social media.
The vagina.
But
this sounds more like Watch Dogs 2 is not technically out yet, right?
Right.
For the public. So
right.
I think it goes under the NDA thing where if you do not have the right to stream or share media, they have the right to ban the account.
Of course.
Maybe it has to deal with the vagina in question, but I don't think they'll probably use that as an excuse.
I mean, yeah, no. I mean, I think you're right. I think they did it because he broke their code of conduct for like, again, shouldn't be posting content if the game's
not out with their
embargo's not up or whatever, I guess. But again, it's weird because it's not really his fault, I guess. But I guess he still has the responsibility, even because Amazon sent it to him early. I don't know. It's just whatever.
Yeah.
I guess they can do whatever they want. But the thing is, like, what do you think about them getting rid of the vaginas? Like, I think that's bullshit. Like, who cares? It's an M-rated game. Like, can we get over genitalia and stuff in the United States? Like, who gives a fuck?
That is very detailed vagina, though.
Yeah, but does that, like, I don't know.
That's detailed.
Thoughts, Brad, on the detailed vagina? Are you annoyed that they're removing it? I just am like, who cares? Like,
wait, were the other pictures of it?
Yeah, if you clicked on the doc, Nick.
Oh, I wasn't gonna do that.
I got you, Nick. Don't worry.
I'm gonna do it.
There, Nick. I sent you. There you go. It looks so bad when I posted it.
That looks like every vagina I've ever seen.
Okay, sorry. So for PC, it came out on the 29th, or for PC, it's coming out on the 29th, and it's already out in consoles.
Yeah, it came out like a week later or something.
I don't get it. What's wrong with the vagina? It looks great.
I mean, it's fine.
I think I don't know. It's we're in a day and age where it's like nudity and stuff like that is frowned upon a little bit.
I was talking about this at work where it was like, why is this any better or worse than like gore, for instance?
Well,
like,
yeah, exactly.
So.
And it's like polar opposite because in Germany and other European countries, it's like gore is the one that's banned, and nudity they don't give a shit about. So it's funny how we have different standards.
Well, Australia bans everything, so we can't really count on them.
Wow, that's why I didn't say Australia. Australia's run by a bunch of interesting people.
I think what needs to happen here is maybe a look at what's really rated for mature anymore, and what's adult only or whatever, because there's this like stigma behind these rating systems.
Even look at that new game that came out that you can't even stream on Twitch. That genital jousting.
Mm-hmm.
With like you can't stream that even though they're, explicitly, dicks, but it's rated M still.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
So
an M-rated game or is that an adult-rated game?
I think that just the whole rating system is just dated altogether. And nobody really abides by it to begin with. I mean, like, I don't know how many kids I see playing the new Call of Duty, and they just fucking bought it. Like,
I mean, yeah, Amazon and all that, where we buy games, like Steam doesn't check your age really, and you can put whatever you want in on that Steam browser when it pops up.
yeah. So I just think I think the problem kind of comes down to the rating system, because they came out and said because of the rating, they apologized. They will be updating the model to make it more consistent with the other models and remove it altogether, which I think is silly. But
yeah, they're just covering their butts probably with the ESRB, or they just don't want to have
but
I don't
isn't
know.
aren't other M-rated games have some nudity, like The
Yeah.
Witcher 3 or something?
But I don't think they have. They don't
GTA.
have. But again, genitalia in particular is where
It's the
they
top
show
half,
people
and the
don't.
bottom half is no.
Yeah, they don't care about tits, but anything bottom half. I mean, I'm sure there are games with penis. Like look at I
Witcher,
mean,
I think Witcher. Don't you see a dick?
you might.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what
know.
I'm saying. Yeah, I think
in-
Witcher, you see a dick.
But again, do you see a female vagina in any of these games? A female vagina,
A
as opposed to
female
a male,
vagina.
as opposed to a male one.
A book
which-
author, a female vagina.
See, we're in 2016. It's you a female vagina. You actually have to specify anymore. Trust me.
A fluid vagina. A gender fluid vagina.
you go.
That's like it's weird. Like I agree with Hutch. Like the whole rating system is so fucking like in the dark ages with shit like that. Like this is a problem, but then Witcher comes out and it's a great game. When this comes out and now there's a vagina in the game. When Witcher has pure nudity in it, like when
Pure
literally
nudity.
you can Google on YouTube sex scenes collage or whatever, not collage.
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 You know what I'm saying? Like,
Not really.
it's-
What are you saying?
I don't know why they're making such a big deal of it.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah, I don't think it should be I think we need to redo the rating system, especially so maybe you don't want your kids to see it, or even parents should get involved in seeing what their kids playing.
No, that's
If
too
you
much work.
walk in on little Timmy and he's shooting some dead hooker and you just see her vagina spread open, he has his penis in his hands, you need to talk to your son. I think that's where we're lying.
Oh god. Yeah, I mean, I guess, or you could just let your son do what he's gonna do, because little Jimmy is just exploring his sexuality and his anger boners. Like, let him do his thing. don't
his
don't-
little angry boner is.
I hate this.
I
At
didn't.
the end of the day, like I don't know, maybe I'm at that age where it's like I don't give a shit.
Yeah, how old are you? Whoa, you're at that age, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, day and age, I guess. It's
Those are
2016. Who
completely
gives a fuck
different.
anymore about nudity in video games? It's not Pong anymore. You don't got two squares bouncing around.
Why do you keep going to Pong?
Punk is his
Why?
favorite.
Fucking
reference.
great game. And I recently seen that dude do VR stuff.
The Pong guy.
He's like 90. You see a 90-year-old dude in a VR headset.
Oh man.
You haven't lived.
What do you think Pong would be like with microtransactions?
What,
I thought you
Pong?
were gonna say with genitalia. And I think
Just two vaginas or two dicks.
yeah.
Turn the Pong to a dong. That's supposed to be a
What was that?
segue.
Yeah. Was that a
The
segue?
next.
It was a bad segue, I guess.
I see what
Mm.
you're.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
You need to execute.
Well, I know everyone's going to be excited that we are going to talk a little bit about Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, because there was a screenshot, an image posted on Reddit. So for all facts, always go to Reddit. But it appears that there's a listing for something called COD points for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, and it's like on the PlayStation Store, and then it was pulled. So I think they released it a little bit too early. And so people are a little upset because there's already a lot of that kind of stuff in the game. And they're kind of like, great, more microtransactions, more, here we go with COD points. And, you know, I don't know. Is this shocking? Like,
No,
no.
I don't get why.
I mean, no. I think it's that. I'm sorry, but I cannot support $60 AAA titles that have season passes that are $100 and then add microtransactions to their game. That
You're playing Battlefield 1.
I not one for one, and I don't think Battlefield 1 has microtransactions, does it?
You can now open cases to get skins.
Yeah, you can now.
See, like I can't like if you're gonna add microtransactions in your game, starting price should be a little bit lower, maybe. Like I've spent a lot of money on microtransactions. Believe me.
Oh, I know. How much have you spent on your game, bud?
Star Citizen's like 1,500, and then even CS:GO alone like microtransaction. But look at them. The buy-in for them games isn't $60.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're is that really what influences you before you dump $1,500 into a game?
You're telling me
someone would pay $60 and then do microtransactions when you could just pay $1,500 for a single game?
I don't like. I think microtransactions sometimes can ruin games, especially if they're not balanced properly.
Well, from what I understand with COD, and I haven't played any of the more recent ones, is that the microtransactions directly relate to the gameplay as far as guns that you can get that are super good, right? Am I crazy? Am I right on that?
In the new one you can get like different variants of guns.
Yeah, the variants.
Things.
Yeah, exactly.
And some are better than others.
So that to me, like, when it comes down to cosmetic stuff, I have no fucking problem with microtransactions. I don't give a shit.
Right.
But when it actually affects the gameplay, then to me that's the way I draw the line.
Do we know what these COD points are going to be used for?
I mean, no, I don't. It's still we're not sure yet. I'm assuming it could be gun variants, like in the previous Black Ops 3 did gun variants, from what I think, and so I don't know.
Black Ops 3 had COD points, which were only available to people who actually spent money. So it wasn't like other games where you could like play the game to get the points. You had to actually just like your only option was to pay money, and it said that new weapons, new taunts, and cosmetic items were the things you could buy. So
I don't like that, right? Like labeling weapons as don't do that.
Well, I just think I mean, if you're buying $60, like it used to be a big shocker when it was like, oh, now I have to pay extra for maps, but now it's like, now I have to pay extra for weapons. Like,
right.
It's beyond cosmetics now. It's just like a core mechanic of the game, and it's like, what's going to be left now? Just to like even sign in, I got to dump 50 cents into pressing X. Like,
if you look at it like the old way of shooters used to do, it's like fucking like where you could rent the gun for 15,000 units or whatever credits they would use, but you only get the gun for like 7 days, which is a really good gun when Freddy with his big dick wallet over here can buy the gun for like $10.
Freddy with his big dick wallet.
Are you talking about free-to-play shooter models, like fucking?
More or less, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that is one way. That is one way to do it. But those are free-to-play games, and again, even then, that's the whole argument is like, free-to-play games need to make money somehow. So that's more forgivable to me than something like Call of Duty. I mean, again, I'm playing Battlefield 1, so like I can't get on my high horse.
Because how does it affect you? Like that game right there, I have no care for the gun skins in Battlefield. No, I don't know if you do.
No, not at all. And I can get enough drops so that I'm not worried about. Like I haven't bought. I'm not going to spend any money on skins in Battlefield. I don't give a shit. I've gotten enough decent ones from just getting them in general that I'm fine with it. But obviously, still though, I think as the game as it's currently released, I think $60 is fair for Battlefield. I think it's a really good game. I think there's plenty of content in its current format. Some people may disagree because obviously, like, there's $45 or $50 worth of DLC still on the way. But I think that's just the way that AAA games are going. So I don't think we can really fight against it. I think where it becomes iffy with Call of Duty is that I don't know. I think people feel like they feel the double dip or triple dip more with the COD franchise, especially because it's a game that asks for $60 every single year. You know what I mean? And I understand that sure we had Hardline and we had Battlefront and stuff. I didn't play those, so I guess I can say that didn't affect me. But Call of Duty, it's every year. It's like, here's $60, and then we're also going to bend you over the barrel to get these gun variants, or if you want skins or whatever else. So I guess I can understand the frustration, but I can't really because I don't play that shit.
But we can't even say most AAA titles anymore, like especially these ones like the Call of Duties, the Battlefields, they're not even $60 for the most part. Sometimes most of these are adding season passes that a lot of people are buying is on top of these microtransactions that they add to the game, which I think premium Battlefield is is $100 plus something. What is premium Battlefield?
Not for premium. I think it's $40 for premium.
It's 40
for premium Battlefield.
If you're going to combine the purchase of the game, which
that's what I'm saying.
Together, yeah.
Like when you're buying the game off of it, the default game is $60.
But I don't think that's bad. That's that terrible of a deal in the sense of with the amount of stuff
I'm not saying that is. I'm saying adding that plus like double microtransactions into the game.
Right.
Like where you're limiting certain content through a microtransaction paywall. That's a little bit too much for me. Like the Call of Duty you guys said you did with the gun skins that you can only get microtransactions.
I think the most shocking thing to me, at least, is like the thing about my microtransactions is they always offer like a max amount that you can buy, and that's never just enough to get everything in the game.
They want that double transaction.
Right, they want more transactions. So or I don't know, but they never offer. So it's like, they offer these packages of different ranges of, you get more bang for your buck. The top one is $100 for 13,000 points in Call of Duty. And that doesn't get you everything.
Yeah.
Like
right.
Well, I look at it like the way some games deal with that is they make you use the microtransaction currency to buy things in the game that you use as currency. Like Black Desert Online does a thing where you buy gold. You buy gold.
Don't reference Black Desert. That fucking.
You buy gold and then you buy pearls or something like that, and then the pearls stack up where the microtransaction currency doesn't. When you limit that, so you just keep gaining pearls or whatever it is, and then you can buy whatever you want. Plus, then you can sell it back to the store.
The issue is that the world that we live in is microtransactions are here to stay, and that's it.
Yeah.
So it's just, I guess, navigating what the value is for you, and for me, I guess, when I look at stuff, I separate like DLC and stuff, which I know people have a problem with, but when it comes to just general microtransactions, my line is if something affects the gameplay, that's where I'm out. If it's cosmetic, I don't care. And so like with Battlefield, it's all cosmetic. Yes, I could buy skins, but I don't need to. There's no guns that are dropping in a crate or something that I don't get to use because I don't engage in that.
Yeah.
Like all the guns you unlock in the game through gameplay. So I don't know.
Going back to the CS:GO way, I kind of like that CS:GO and allows you to sell your I'm not talking about the gambling stuff anymore, but allows you to sell your stuff back to Steam, which you can use to buy other things. You know what I mean? You're not limited to, hey, I got this $50 gun skin, or I just have this random gun skin now. I have a gun skin worth $50 on Steam.
Right.
Steam puts a value on that, which is pretty cool because if you only play CS and you're spending all these microtransactions, who knows? Maybe you want the next AAA title that comes out through Steam, so you can buy it with your gun skin instead of play with it for a little bit. So microtransactions, in my opinion, are okay, but sometimes they're the curse of the video game or the death of a video game.
Okay. All right. Well, we could talk about Call of Duty all night if we wanted to.
Fucking terrible. I'd rather not.
But we don't want to. So we're gonna move on.
Instead, let's talk about a fucking game that we still don't know fucking anything about yet.
Nope.
Like, I haven't been on this podcast in like months, and you're still talking about this fucking game, and I'm done.
What's this game?
No, well, exactly. Well, we don't really ever talk about it except when people make up fake news stories with zero information. And this is exactly what this is again. So again, okay, CD Projekt Red, yes, great developer, awesome, yes, The Witcher, all that. Cyberpunk 2077, okay. They had executive producer John Mamus, or Mamas, or however you say his name, and he was getting interviewed at the Golden Joystick Awards. And this is the quote for this entire article. That, by the way, the headline for this article is CD Projekt Red producer talks Cyberpunk 2077. And the literally the only quote that is in the article is that it is going to be really, really, really fucking badass.
Why is this in the document?
Because it's a fucking trigger, and that's why we're going to talk about it. It's like, stop fucking making articles about Cyberpunk 2077 when they haven't said anything. He literally goes on to say, that's the only thing I can say. So it's not news. This is like this is like the biggest clickbait of all time.
Yeah, this is
for a game that people are very hype about, but then you're going to tell me that he said the game's going to be fucking badass. Like, actually,
that's where it ends too. I like that.
It's
like, now comment below on your opinion.
Exactly. So
Why would we
just stop doing
now
that?
on a more boring ass shit? Fucking Imogen Heap uses fucking air guitar. Who gives a fuck?
How about you watch the video and respect an artist, you fucking rude asshole?
Oh, hide and seek.
Has there has there been any footage of this game? The Cyberpunk game?
Of Cyberpunk?
No,
there's
no,
the
just
trailer.
a teaser.
We're not talking about that anymore. We're done.
We're moving on to the fact
Move
that
on through these fucking boring ass video game topics.
Imogen Heap has been working for 4 years on her Mima fucking hand gesture technology.
Mima? Really? That's what you got out of that? Mima?
Mima, yeah.
There's it's clearly a U there.
Mima, mommy, Mimi, Mimi, mommy. All I know is it's a fucking terrible name for this technology, but there's a pretty cool video on TechCrunch of her talking about it, and it's pretty fucking crazy what they've come up with.
Looks like a fucking power glove. This is dumb.
I don't know. I think coming from, it looks like a good idea for the VR. I'm huge into VR, but I mean, if she went to maybe instead of developing this whatever she's doing, and went to like develop a VR thing, compatibility with it, I think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if application. I mean, I think there's a lot of application if you actually watch the video, but
for the audio listeners or even our Twitch audience, can you explain what the glove does? Like, I don't know.
It just tracks her hand movements, like her individual fingers.
It interacts with fucking tons of any kind of basic, like any kind of music making software. You can set. They're making custom software for it as well, so that you can set the instruments and the triggers and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, the whole idea is that like you can learn how to like you can create music using, I think it's sample based, but it's more than that. Like, I mean, it's pretty fucking detailed. But the problem is obviously in the video that she talks about this, because it looks like a power glove, and the setup is extremely complicated, and it takes, she said, multiple people in the same room to like set it up for her. So it's definitely not ready for.
She looks like she's being ready to hook up to the Matrix.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I just want Steve Aoki to have this when he throws a fucking cake. The beat.
And see, what's funny is that's where this is going to end up. It's going to be, once it goes, Steve Aoki's going to be fucking at the next Twitch party dancing around with this, and that's really the saddest part of all of this news. But yeah, I think if people are going to do pretty crazy. If it ever gets to the point that it's like affordable or what, not even affordable, but in a form that's not just like with her team having to assemble it for her. It could be cool. I mean, she does a demo in this video of her using it, and it's hard to tell exactly what she's doing because she's waving her arms around and stuff, but it seems cool. I mean, she could be playing a fucking track off of her fucking iPod for all I know, and fooling me because it has pretty lights and stuff on it, but it looks interesting.
Yeah, like what I said, though, it has so many applications other than what she. I agree, she's using it for a pretty cool reason, for music industry and stuff like that. But again, going back, she's doing something that people in VR are struggling with right now. Getting that actual hand motion tracking, but she's got a firm understanding of it, and that's. I mean, a few more years, we might see that. Possibly.
So you're saying you want her to hook up with the VR people and use this tech for? I mean, that's not actually a bad. I mean, it's not in the same. It's more. She talks about in the video is she wanted it to be more like have a more human touch for when she's creating music, as opposed to turning a knob or changing levels on something or messing with a MIDI file. So I think that's her thought. But I agree. I think there is probably some application for VR with this stuff, or at least combining it. So I don't tend to disagree. But I mean,
I just thought it was interesting that like some of these, I don't know, what would you call these, like artists or producers that tour and basically set up a laptop and press play has influenced this, because her quote here is she found that it didn't translate well in a performance when she had to just turn a knob or a fader or push a button. Her
Right.
motivation was partly to get away from all the buttons. And it's interesting just to see that I'm going to guess the electronic music industry has just influenced how performances are done in such a way that she went out of her way to innovate something else to make herself different and stand out.
totally.
Yeah.
And that's maybe as far as this goes, because like you said, this is more for her. Like I think she probably wants other people to use it, but maybe not. Like it's a cool showpiece at the very least, right?
Yeah.
To have that. So yeah,
I think it's pretty cool. I think it has good applications. I don't give a shit about the software. My whole thing is just, I can't say that. I mean, I sound ignorant when I say that. I think I don't care for the usage she's using it for. I think it has a bigger range than she's actually using it for. Does that make sense?
yeah. You should hook her up with the Pong guy. You guys are friends apparently, so you guys should do something together.
No, I don't know. I like VR, and I think she's doing good things in the step of the VR development. Because in a way, she's doing virtual reality where it's virtually a knob or it's virtually a jump set she's hitting.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see it.
All right. Let's jump into quick hits here real quick, because we haven't gotten to talk No Man's Sky in a little bit, and there was some real crispy news this week where obviously No Man's Sky, no stranger to controversy and strange things going on. And one of the longtime game designers, Gareth Bourne, signed on to Squadron 42. What are they developing, Hardballer?
They are developing the single player to my favorite game, Star Citizen.
That's right. And he has left the No Man's Sky team. He was on the No Man's Sky.
That is the biggest fuck you I've ever seen in history of game developing.
He worked at Hello Games for 6 years. He worked on the Joe Danger titles as well, and No Man's Sky. And obviously, like, I'm sure there's a lot of inner turmoil going on with that team, and nothing's really been truly confirmed. But obviously, for him to leave and go to another game that actually couldn't have more expectations behind it, I would think, and that's kind of what's talked about in this article, is that he left No Man's Sky after the disappointment, after everybody got to play it and was like, what the fuck is this, to go work on Star Citizen, which has tons of questions around are they going to be able to deliver to people's expectations. So what are your thoughts, Hardballer, as somebody that...
Reading that article, it's to me, and I've seen this on Twitter the other day, it's so triggering. Because it is honestly, because you hear people you see people in the comments going, leave one lie to go to another lie. What an idiot. I'm like, you have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Shut your whore mouth.
Wow.
Star Citizen's a beautiful game.
Okay.
And it's going to be even more beautiful. Fuck you, Nick.
It's not done yet.
They're releasing a new patch, 2.6, which is going to bring their...
Does it make it done?
It's going to make it closer to being done than No Man's Sky is, and that's a full release game.
I have to take everything I mean, I know that you've been playing Star Citizen, but I have to, because you were really on the No Man's Sky train, Hardballer.
I was. I feel offended. I feel offended that we're even talking about that game. It's.
So you have to understand people's skepticism when
I do.
He jumps from that team to work on another game that
I think he feels the same questions. As me, though. He sets out to develop a game that promises everything and delivers on nothing, when Star Citizen promises on a lot of things and is delivering them just slower than they expected, which and leaving, I think it's more or less like leaving a closed development to a very transparent open development is going to be a big change, and it's good for that. I mean, Star Citizen's anniversary just passed, and they released 13 videos in that day working on what they've been doing for the past couple months and what's coming for the future, or even what's coming in a month. They showed an entire playthrough of their Star Marine, which is their FPS mode, it's still not done, but it's going to be released for the alpha on their playable.
Didn't they try to push that off as real time, and it turned out to be a video? By the way,
what?
That big demo that they did of the stuff that was coming.
No, it wasn't. It's not real time. It's that was obviously it's game development, so it's going to be it's scripted in a way, but at the same time, Star Citizen's engine has a mind of its own. So like if you go back, the guy actually has to fly away from his character because the worm was going to attack him when he didn't mean for the worm. The worm was just supposed to pop up.
I just can't help but remember what we heard about No Man's Sky. Like, oh yeah, well that might not happen every. I know.
Like, look at the No Man's Sky E3 trailer and look at the game that they produced. Look at the Star Citizen demo that was just released, and look, and I will show you the game itself. They're not that. I'll tell you that right now. Fuck you, Nick. I will fight your face.
I mean, the other thing we have to is that Herbalife has $1,500 of his money invested into this game. So he has a lot riding.
There's a little bias.
A lot riding on this. I'm not saying that you. I mean, you talked about this game. You had a lot of fun with it. Your system is pretty decked out to be able to run it.
Which I think to me is the biggest thing.
Is there going to be enough stuff to do for people? To me, the thing that I've heard, and I know that they're adding stuff slowly, right? But right now, in its current form, if you're not upgrading your ship or doing runs, like what is there to do in the game?
It's more or less like for people that are enthusiastic of space games and just want to see a play a nice space sim. Right now, there's missions to do in the game. You can upgrade cosmetically. There's squadron mode, which is their flying sim PvP. There's space races, which is a racing mode you can get together. There's battle royales, PvP, and AI versus. So there is a decent amount of hours to do. You don't have to spend the amount of hours. Like what am I saying? I've spent more hours than there is things to do in the game. Obviously by just repetitiveness, but for a game that's offering, I think it's $40 just to get into the game itself right now.
Right.
It's a good thing to go try out, and then you have the game for life. As well, all updates. They're not asking for no more money, and they have free fly weekends every 2 months, so anybody can try the game. And at the end of the development, the game's going to be free to play anyway.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. So
is it done yet?
It'll remain to be seen. So speaking of games that technically were released and had a price tag when they came out, EVE Online is going free to play after 13 years. So that's pretty big news. 13 years EVE's been around. Holy crap. That's pretty crazy.
Have you
played any EVE, Hardballer?
I have played EVE, and I'll tell you right now, that game is the most grindy game I've ever seen in my life. Like, you have to research, like, I think a big thing is, like, researching your skills in that game. And it, like, literally takes, like, when it says, like, when you line up skills to research, it's, like, it will say, like, a time limit, like, a time to be done. It's, like, 3 months.
Dang.
I'm like...
Yeah, I know EVE's
that's
pretty
some
hardcore.
dedication.
Yeah. So...
But I know, like, it ticks off, like, the 3 months, the timer still ticks when the game's offline. But, fuck me, that game seems pretty intense.
So... Basically, after its next expansion, this game's going to split into two types. There's Alpha and Omega clones. Basically, existing subscribers who continue to pay will make up the Omega type and be able to use the entire breadth of the game's skill, ships, and items. If you're not the Omega type, you're an Alpha, and that's for the non-paying players. And you can play indefinitely, but you have restricted access to skills and the skill trees, like you were talking about. So, anyway, that's a pretty... Like, I know there's a whole market and stuff and economy in EVE, but how is that how the game's been going on so long? Is all the microtransaction stuff that happens in the game? I'm assuming that's how.
I think it's more or less it's like people
and a subscription too, right? EVE's a subscription-based game.
Yeah. Well, I think also it's EVE has its dedicated EVE has clans that are like millions of people in them. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen a few years ago the big EVE battle, which costed people some real life money. You know what I mean? I think it was like 100,000 or 50,000 that them big battles costed, which to me
not costed.
Okay, I understand. I don't like EDs. Okay.
You don't like?
No, clearly you do.
You do like EDs.
No, I don't like I don't like how to use it.
No one likes to have ED.
No one wants to have an ED, but
Yeah.
you keep adding them onto
But
words.
what I'm saying is like the games live because of the player base, and I don't know if this free to play is gonna make or break it because you have these free to play players coming in that have no idea, and then you have the veteran players who are 13 years deep into this game that is going free to play now. Now they have just fucking scrubs running around. Who knows?
Brad, as somebody that loves to troll, I'm surprised that you haven't gotten into the. Is Eve too deep to even jump into to just start trolling for fun, for you?
Dude, I think that I've heard it as a learning cliff instead of a learning curve.
Yeah. Because
it is so nuts. No. I like to bring my IQ down quite a bit when I troll. It's just like.
It's like to have your dick out in Rust and go mess somebody's base up. I hear you.
But I mean, dude, you can't troll these Eve guys though. I think a lot of them have spent their years like building one ship.
Yeah. It's pretty hardcore community. All right.
I've sorry to interject,
no,
but
go ahead.
I've heard there's some crazy like just politics even involved with these like with these clans and stuff like that. Where like
Trump won.
God damn it.
No, I agree with Hutch.
People spend years like trying to climb these ranks of like their fucking clans and
sure.
Even the sabotage, the double agent shit that goes on.
Exactly. Like
that's insane.
It's so nuts. So it's just so. I mean, part of me does want to kind of troll because people are just so invested in this game that like. I mean, clearly they've been playing for 10 years, 13 years. So. I don't even know what to say.
The double agent stories are insane. Like there was one story I think was this dude joined a clan, but he was in the enemy faction for the longest time, and he met these dudes and was like 5 years friends with these other guys. Like, but then turned around, stole the clan from the leader, and sold it to his original clan, and like just wiped the entire clan out. Like, but this dude was like a friend to them people for like 5 years.
Well, no longer, but yeah, sure.
Well, I mean, like, or he was like a fake friend.
Yeah, he was a sleeper agent
for a video game. Like this dude met these people and all, but it was just a sleeper agent the entire time.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. All right, so and then one more quick hit before we jump into some new releases here. And the only reason I put this is because I'm also triggered. But Guardians of the Galaxy is probably going to be Telltale's next game because there was a leak for one of the voice actors who's going to appear in the game, and one of his credits is that he's going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy, the video game, aka Blue Harvest. And we know, like, Telltale signed a deal with Marvel not that long ago. And so
Guardians of the Galaxy isn't as good as everybody fucking thinks it is.
That's going to be weird for Telltale. Like, their last game was Batman, and their next game is going to be a Marvel game? Dude, that's fucking...
I'm just here to tell Telltale to just fucking stop. Just stop.
You don't like the Telltale games?
Just stop.
I like the Batman one. The Batman one was pretty good.
Their pony, they are really good at making that pony do the single trick
one thing. Yeah. It's like, it's fine for a bit. Like, and I was on the Telltale side where I'm like, yeah, I enjoy the narrative. And I'm not going to lie, there are some...
Minecraft that set you off, wasn't it?
It was Minecraft Story Mode, but not even that. Like, the fucking... They put out a bunch of stinkers, and people, just because they're Telltale... Like, if you even look back... Remember the Jurassic Park game? That, Nick, you fucking streamed that.
Walking Dead sucks dick. I don't care. Well, just the first season. I don't know what happened to the second season, but it was predictable bullshit.
Like, Game of Thrones, I thought was pretty terrible. At least the first couple episodes that I played. And again, the engine is just so shitty. It runs, they just need, I feel like, I understand that this is their thing and that they can just print money with this stuff. And it's not that they have decent writers depending on what the thing is and okay voice acting. But for me, the engine is just so awful that I would like if they came out and were like, hey, we're totally revamping our tech when it comes to like making these games, then maybe I'd be interested again. But nah, they burned me too many times. Like, I don't care. I want them to stop. They need to stop. But yeah, I mean, I heard the Batman one was decent by Telltale standards, but again, you're arguing within the Telltale standards. I don't think you can look at that and be like, I don't know. Well, did you finish? How many of you played all the episodes?
I only played the one. No, I only played the first episode. Like, I don't. Episodic games are okay.
Yeah.
But I would not play that. I would not like wait. I mean, I would wait. That's the thing. For like the Batman one, when that's done, I'll probably might buy it all and then play it.
Minecraft Story Mode burned me enough and was such an insult to everything about writing, game making, voice acting, and like what you can jip people out of because you put Minecraft on it. That was it for me. Like I was just like, no, I'm done. Never again.
I mean, that was your mistake for playing that in the first place.
I mean, maybe, but Captain Sparkles was in one of the episodes, and so was Torque Dog. How am I not going to play it, dude? I'm always into it, but you never know. All right, so new releases. Brad, do you want to take these away since we have no Katie Zen?
Oh yeah, this week's special. So there's honestly nothing good.
This all looks like dog shit.
Looks pretty.
It all
know,
looks like so. So on November 20th, Inter Shelter comes out, and this looks like
the fuck
King of the Hill, but you have to be undercover for 30
terrible.
minutes. Yeah, it's the sun, which made Earth flourish for billions of years, once became a source of extreme radiation. Destructive radiation produced by solar flare was noticed too late. Not hours remained, but minutes. You have 30 minutes to get back to the nearest inter-shelter bunkers, which were created in fear of, and then it just cuts off.
It
So
literally
it's like,
fucking cuts off in
does
the
cut off.
description of the Steam store. This thing looks fucking cancerous.
I might buy it.
Look at what
Really?
people-
You're gonna buy this $13 game, but then you'll just be a wall to Titanfall 2? I see how it is.
it looks like H1Z1, but then
It
in
does.
space.
I don't know. The whole thing is like I like survival games,
Mhm.
and this looks like a pretty shit one.
Why
but
is there a guy shooting lightning in the
I
video?
don't know.
I just want to know why he has a
Don't know.
bucket on his head. I don't know.
Yeah, this looks like
Looks
a special
pretty.
kind of stupid. So.
It's really fucking bad.
So this one out on November 22nd is Hot Squat is coming out.
God.
It's a VR game.
It's a VR game literally to get you to squat, compete against your friends, yourself, and the world to get the highest squat.
The video actually looks sort of mildly entertaining if you're just trying to do like exercise and make it a little like entertaining.
You have to squat through like tunnels, dude.
It's just going up. You're squatting up and down, and you have to. It's like a timing thing.
No, but if you look at it, it's like if you look at the pictures, in the second picture in the row on the Steam page is this dude squatting and he has to like walk through these pillars.
Oh,
No,
shit.
I watched
Okay.
the video. The thing moves. God damn it, hardballer! You piece of shit.
I didn't do my research. I'm sorry.
Classic
It's
hardballer.
clear.
You stand still, and the thing comes over. It goes over you like the game show, except you're just squatting. You're not changing the position.
You know the world we're living in when one of the features, the first feature of this game is that it's completely free and there's no microtransactions and no paid DLC. It's the
Is it
first
free?
feature.
Yeah, it is free, which
Yeah.
I looked over. I'm surprised. So
Yeah.
another feature is the 80s and 90s aesthetic, which
Is it
Okay.
really 80s and 90s? Because
I
it just
mean-
looks like bright colors
Yeah.
and fucking like square people.
It's the lowest form of VR development you can get.
It's pretty down there.
It's pretty down there. All right, so that is free coming out the 22nd. If you, for some reason, can't squat in real life and want to in a virtual reality, that's
You
a
still
game
have
for
to
you.
squat in real life in the virtual reality.
I'm just saying if you don't want to and just want to in VR for whatever reason. So, on the 23rd, Space Trucker comes out.
This looks
Which-
awful.
Looks very awful. They literally took I have this YouTube video bookmarked even. It's this like open source, or not open source, it's just like this free license like distorted VHS tape that they put over this this premiere video, this teaser. But it's basically, so Space Trucker is set in the future of a Cold War that never ended. Space Trucker is a FPS that takes you on a journey that spans the galaxy.
This
Very-
looks just like stupid fucking fun though, like not taking itself seriously.
Yeah, it looks like it's sort of just trying to be kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look
It's
at
like
the
it-
character models and all. I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
This would be a fun like stream game.
Yeah, I think it would be funny to run through because it looks so stupid. But
Next game, I think we can all relate to.
Let's see. This one, I couldn't even begin to start with this one. This one comes out on the 23rd. It's called Basement Dwellers, which is purposely misspelled on basement.
God. Why?
It's epic procedurally generated next generation CRPG about killing monsters and stealing their treasure, and it's all like you're on some like.
Is this text-based? No.
No,
What is-
it's not, but it looks like it could be, right?
Yeah.
So, it's just no price, nothing.
It releases in 2 days. How do they not have a price up?
You know what? You know what I realize is that game development suffers the same thing that happened when Twitter and YouTube and everything else and all the opportunities for people to share every creation that comes into their fucking minds, whether it's vlogging or whatever else, right? It's like there's good things about that and there's bad things about that. And we're in the time of game development where anybody can be a developer and anybody can get their piece of fucking garbage
That fucking green lighting,
on
dude.
Steam and be like, "Hey, try this out." Hey, and try to meme for attention. And it's just like stop. Like
It runs at like 40 frames.
I just that what this whole list reminds me of is pretty much
ASCII
that.
art, dude.
It's so
fucking
bad.
ASCII art.
The other thing I want to know is who comes up with these developer like publisher names. Happy Ponyland, like that's what you decide your business is going to be
Some
called.
17-year-old who's making this game in his fucking in his high school program.
Dude, it's a
class.
greenlit game, dude. You don't need to care. There's just like, hey, I'm gonna put this game up for $5 to just some dickhead's gonna spend their money on it, and then I'm gonna build a better game that's gonna be $10, and they're gonna work their way up the development chain.
They're gonna work their way up this fucking dick because I'm not playing any of it. Now this last one looks kind of cool though, Brad. This one, even though it looks shitty, I kind of like the idea.
On November 25th, Rock God Tycoon comes out and ascend to the level of a rock god, guiding your very own band.
Yes.
So, I don't know. You go from, I don't know. It looks like you make music. You play what looks to be Guitar Hero.
Yeah. Exactly.
You.
The visuals leave a lot to. I don't know. I'm a little nervous.
This is another tycoon game that I'm gonna fucking suck at. Look at it's been greenlit. It's been like knew it. All these games just greenlit by stupid people. Who votes? I want to see the greenlit like people. Like I want to see them, and I just want to say, what made you say, "Hey, I want this game on Steam. Let's get this game on Steam." No one's gonna fucking play this.
You want to see the greenlit people? There's a lot of states you can go and see people that are fucking greenlit.
does that mean?
Colorado, California.
Oh, we talked about marijuana abuse. I like it.
Abuse. God damn it. Yeah, the sad thing to me is this is the most promising of almost all of these.
I don't know, dude. I'm still on the inter-shelter one. I might pull the trigger on that.
They're all horrible. And
They're
you
pretty
should-
I mean, I'm not saying we have a diamond in the rough here. I'm just saying maybe at least a nice little gold nugget.
Gold Nugget. Yeah.
All right, well,
That's
there you
it
go.
for releases. So I'm sorry, people.
that was a rough week, but thank you for wading through that garbage for us. It was good of you. Nice of you. Oh my god. All right, we've got some viewer questions. Ying and Yang is hitting us up first on Twitter. Good old Ying, that Canadian. He asked us, you get to send one person you hate to live in a video game world of your choice. What game are you sending them into?
Sky Shark. I'm sending him into Second Life.
That's pretty fucked.
Hardball or No Man's Sky.
I was just going to say that. I was just going to
You
say that.
asshole.
Son of a bitch.
Why would you make me live my eternity in that shit?
That was the first thing that came to my mind,
What
too.
do I have to like spend my time keeping Sean Murray alive?
No, you have to just play the awful game over and over that has no end because once you get to the center of the universe, it restarts. You just have to play the game.
Spoilers. Not spoilers.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Maybe honestly though, when I think about No Man's Sky, maybe the whole point of the game is that it's a form of like purgatory. Like maybe they made the game because if you think about it, like it doesn't end, right? It just restarts again. Oh, I mean, you can play the game over and over. Oh God.
Nick Fenton, Rock God Tycoon.
I mean, he loves rock. He loves. I'm
a rock god.
I don't know if it would be that bad for him. I think he would.
I don't know. He likes music though. I don't know if he likes rock.
He likes music though.
I don't know if there's much music actually going on in Rock God Tycoon, but maybe a bit.
I mean, did you see that one part? It did look like a Guitar Hero sim type of thing going on. I mean, who knows?
I closed that page so quickly.
There's some good ones in chat here. Anita Sarkeesian sent a Dead or Alive Extreme 3. It's
Oh
not
my
bad.
God.
Man.
Flansy to Bad Rats. Bad Rats is a special kind of hell.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd send Flansy to Bad Rats. That's a good one. Not so to Squirreltopia because he always tries to meme about it. And that's another cancer game like Bad Rats. Definitely send Not So Ordinary Gamer there. Trying to think of like a celebrity or somebody in the public eye. Like I'm thinking about like somebody that rallies against something. What would be like? I want to send Mike Pence to that penis game that just came out.
Genitalia jousting.
Yeah, genital jousting.
Genital jousting. I call it genitalia. Don't know why.
Though something tells me he wouldn't hate it that much. So maybe.
Probably Dalesy into Final Fantasy. He'll probably love it there.
Okay, we're getting a little off track here. Yeah, I think that was a great question.
It's a good question. Trump to shower with your dad simulator. God damn it. Yeah, that was good. Some good ones.
Oh, that's fucked up. Smash Bros. Amy Schumer to Wii Fit Plus.
Wow.
Yeah, Amy Schumer to that squatting game.
Wow.
All right.
Right.
We've got Not So Ordinary Gamer, who I just said I would send to Squirreltopia. Now that you are all washed up, Brad, get your. I can't read the question when you're stupid things in front of me. You're such a fucking troll. Now that you are all washed up, what would you call the climax of your life? Wow.
Wait, what?
That's very judgmental, but okay.
I'm pretty sure I'm the youngest here. How am I climaxed? Still got my life.
How are you climaxed?
Like, oh, you're all old. You're ending soon.
Oh my climax. My birth.
What would you call the climax? Climax of my life.
I don't know, the day I bought Star Citizen.
That's what
So
you would
wait,
call.
So it got worse?
Wait, no. Wait, what does it mean? Someone explain the question.
It's pretty evident. It's right there.
I don't understand the words. I don't know. Maybe No Man's Sky and spending 20 hours in it.
SAT or the ACT?
What? That was your worst.
Which one did you take?
SAT?
What'd you get?
I don't know. Can't remember. 80? How much do you get for putting your name on it?
I can't. Oh god.
Let's just move on.
What So the climax of your life was playing 20 hours of No Man's Sky. That seems really sad. The climax should be what was the best thing about your life because you're on the decline, Hardballer.
Oh.
So what's the best thing up until of your entire life? You said Star Citizen. That I guess could be a legitimate answer.
Yeah.
But
wait, yeah.
Okay.
I guess,
Really?
until the next next patch of Star Citizen. Well, I'm riding that roller coaster down.
See, you say that I've peaked, but my peak is going to be hitting the fucking end call button on this podcast. So it still hasn't happened yet for me, but eventually, in about 4 minutes, it'll be that. Fucking God. All right. Ikantu has a question for us, and he says,
Hey, Fred the Free. Maybe you should say Enfin's peak was as APL's roommate multiple times in the chat. I haven't seen it yet. You should say it again.
Hey, can we spam that, guys? Can we keep spamming it?
Your joke is actually funnier the second time that you said it.
Triggered. Getting faded on GTA 5 tact? Okay. That is a pretty cool gaming moment. I don't know if that's the climax of
that
your
was
life.
yeah. If we're talking about my gaming moments, I would say that's one of the, I don't know, the most interesting experiences I've ever had. Like,
Yeah, that mission is fucking trippy for sure. Or sequence of missions.
the music was good in it. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was cool. But I think he means more like real life.
No, I know that's what I meant, but it's like, gaming, completely different.
Yeah. All right.
Does he mean real life or gaming? I don't know.
I think he means
When I
real
wasn't
life.
Gold Nova 1 or whatever the
Oh
fuck,
my
Silver
God.
1.
Aren't you Silver 1 still?
Brad's so
Jesus.
sensitive about that. Like, he won't even play
Is
counter.
he?
He is.
I haven't played forever.
I
And
didn't
was
think that rank was possible, I'll be honest with you.
I was Gold Nova 4, and then I haven't played for years.
I'll tell you right
like
now,
a
though.
year.
You have balls
For
to put this on
years.
Twitter. You have
Dude, I
big
don't care.
balls.
Then I played
I'm talking about his
once.
balls.
Why are you always talking about balls?
Oh yeah, big balls.
Oh, big balls.
Okay. Yep. Let it flow. Get it all out.
How do I climax? Big
Let it
balls.
flow out of your balls.
What's climax?
Mm-mm.
What does climax mean? Is this hard style?
Climax. God damn it. Oh my God.
All right.
I think this weekend was climax.
Was it actually? It probably was. I don't know, I can't keep
I think
track
so.
anymore. All right.
Let's get
Anymore.
this done.
Anymore. There's too many events.
It was this weekend.
Wow.
Fucking sick. Let's-
All right. Ikantu asks us, whenever you visit your parents, what is the one meal that they prepare which you look forward to the most? The thing that they make better than anyone else?
My dad doesn't make, but we get White Castle.
Yeah.
I guess that
White
counts.
Castle's pretty great.
I've still never had White Castle my entire life because I've never lived
We don't
near one.
fucking have
Me
it here, and it sucks. I love White
Never
I
Castle.
think
had
the
it.
only White Castle that it's anywhere that I know is actually right across the bridge of Jersey. I don't have any in Philly.
I might have to. I mean, I guess technically, it's not that I could go to one, but there's one. It's like 2 hours away, the nearest one. So I technically could go there.
I don't
But
know if I would drive 2 hours for
Yeah.
a White Castle.
I don't think so.
yeah.
It's so much food though.
What is the one meal?
Onion chips.
I don't know. My mom makes a really good roast and mashed potatoes.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Your mom and dad spit roasted me.
What does that mean? Stop. They could be watching right now.
It means your dad hit me from the back, your mom in the front. Hey.
Now I'm imagining that, and that is the worst thing I've
Don't
ever...
imagine that.
Oh my God.
We're making you a baby brother or sister.
It's awful.
What on earth? Oh, jeez. Oh.
I'm gonna be your new dad, hardballer.
Stop! Drop the topic. Someone answer a question.
What is... I don't know. My mom makes a lot of good things. I mean, I think a lot of people have, like... My mom makes good Italian food. Her lasagna's my favorite, but I think I'm biased. Like, I think everybody... It's hard to think of just one thing. Like, anything my mom makes, generally, she's a good cook, so I'm always down to eat whatever she cooks when she's home. So it's hard to narrow it down to one thing for me.
I'd say dinner rolls for me.
Dinner
My mom
rolls.
makes some. Yeah.
Oh, my mom makes some mean bran rolls as well. So, dinner rolls, bran.
What?
They're called
What
bran
bran
rolls. It's hard to explain. They're just really... They're made with bran, if you look up.
The dude from
Fucking-
Game of Thrones?
No. Yes. They're made from this shit. Where am I putting it in the chat? But anyway, really good. So roast.
Wikipedia article for brand.
There you go. They have that in. They're incorporated into the role in case you really want to look.
Why
it
the
up.
fuck would you do that? Like, that doesn't help me.
It's not even the brand itself. It's just like
I don't. I think it's like an old recipe. What am I gonna link you? I don't have a picture of it.
Let me sit here and just
Oh,
read the
of course.
Wikipedia. Oh, now I get it.
It's the hard outer layers of cereal grain, of course. Now the point is definitely has come
Thanks,
across.
Scott. It's really
There you go.
fucking Jesus
What
Christ.
is wrong with you?
At least I'm not getting spit roasted by Hardballer's parents.
Will you stop with that?
Wait, you
Look.
did it with you too?
Look,
I
I
don't-
googled what is brand rolls, and now I have a now I can tell what brand rolls are, Scott.
Oh,
Thanks.
really? Did you? I should have gone that
Maybe
far.
we should combine with me and you, Scott, and then Hardballer's parents, and then we'll do a human roastipede. Like a train, but then the train is capped off with them on each side, whichever one really feels like being on either end. It doesn't matter.
Not happy.
Your mom,
Christ.
Hardballer's mom had told me with her own voice that. Well, wait, no, I don't know what she responded, but I definitely asked Hardballer's mom over voice comms if she eats ass.
You let this go.
That actually happened.
And what did she
There's a
say?
video somewhere, and if somebody knows where that video is, I want a video of that.
God.
I don't
This is a
know.
public request.
That was early days on Mumble. It
Wow.
was a terrible time.
This has really gone. All right. Well, we're out of
Derailed.
we are out of questions, and I wish I could go to the podcast review of the week, but we didn't have one this week. So, and there's no podcast next week because we'll be doing various
Stuffing our
things.
fucking fat mouths.
Well, speak for yourself. I was actually going to be eating very responsibly on Thanksgiving. Okay, I couldn't get it out.
I'll be counting my calories.
Yeah, counting my calories. So no podcast next week, but I believe we'll be back the week after. So you have 2 weeks essentially to get your reviews in. So do that. Hardballer, thank you for coming on. I think.
No problem.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Thank you,
Always
Nick, for coming
interesting.
on.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
Nick, for
thanks,
coming on.
Hardballer, for coming on.
Fuck all of you guys.
And
Don't
yeah,
talk to your dad like that.
you can follow KBMOD Gaming at KBMOD Gaming on Twitter. You can follow Nick at NFen. You can follow
Don't.
me at APL Fisher. Nick loves to interact with his followers, so tweet him stuff, a lot of stuff.
That's not really the issue here. It's just don't follow me.
Okay.
You'll be making a mistake.
You can follow Hardballer at Hardballer25 if you want to see screenshots of a factory sim. Hutchison is at Hutchison15. And
At Z0MG, it's Hutch.
that's right.
Oh man,
Follow him on
I've heard that one before.
fresh one, crispy meme. And yeah, you can go to kbmod.com, check out articles, the build guides. There's been a lot of content going up in the past couple months, so check it out for game reviews and all that. And yeah, I hope everyone has a good Thanksgiving, and we will see you guys 2 weeks from now for episode 258. Am I right? Yes, 258. So, all right. Thanks for listening, guys, and hanging and dealing with the delay. And we'll see you guys next time. Farewell.
Bye.
Yatta. Ow, that hurt. That hurt my lungs.
It's like Satan just came out of you. Oh my God.